What do we offer at Connection Studio?
Big question.
Yeah, and really it's so far-reaching now, which I'm really proud of, because not only is it the really in-depth one-to-one work that can be very transformative and kind of reach places that are hard to reach in other ways, but it's the community building, connection creating, breadth that we can now cover. Yeah.
Which is really important.
How we approach therapeutic work.
Yes.
Yeah. So the approach that I use is very much about a person-centered. You know, we stay with where the person is as they come to the therapeutic work, and values the unconscious. So I'm trained in experiential and dynamic therapies, in intensive short-term dynamic psychotherapy, and in complex integration of multiple brain systems.
Big words there.
Yes. Which basically means kind of reaching, helping integrate nervous systems using what's happening in the body, not just the words that people are using, and enabling nervous systems to be restructured so anxiety can calm down, there's some of the constraints that can get put in place, like shame and guilt and anxiety and aggression, which are kind of set up to defend us from the traumas and difficulties we've been through in the world, that we can restructure so that they don't have to kind of be right at the forefront, and we kind of meet what's wanting to emerge from underneath. And the innate capacities that we have can come again to the fore, which we'll start with. So it's really helping people get back to what they had when they were born, which is our ability to kind of be curious about the world, and to know the difference between what feels good for us and what doesn't, and to follow that, to use our safety system in an effective way, which is not on over alert the whole time, to be able to assert ourselves and have our voice, to be able to play and learn, and all of those wonderful emotional systems. So we really integrate emotional systems into the way that we work here.
Yeah, which is so.
So what being a social business has meant up until now has meant doing as much as I can for local universities and teaching their trainee clinical psychologists as much as I can. And that's felt really important, because they're the next generation coming through, and the more we can help them to drop the disorder, the more we can help them to understand the cause of difficulties rather than the symptoms, the better. So that's been a major part of the kind of the ongoing process of having that as part of the foundation of what we do here. The other part is about making sure that we get as much information out there online as possible. Now, it hasn't always been consistent. I've had ebbs and flows in the websites that I've developed, and what's been out there in terms of emotional systems and sharing information about that. But the important thing has been to keep the conversation going in some way, and to keep people talking about this, and understanding that there's more to how we move forward with how we understand mental health, how we understand the kind of disorders and the level of difficulties that people are having, is not just about reducing medication or you know, stopping people being labelled, but is about grappling with the emotional systems that are driving all of this underneath.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been an interesting journey, and finding a way to bring it more together so that we can help, you know, the domestic violence charity that we want to support, that we can help the physical health charities that we want to support, and we can take this forward so we can bring people together who need to be connected and who want very much to, you know, do the sorts of workshops that we have available. This is part of it. We've always had a pay what you can option for a small proportion of my client load, I have to admit, but we want to expand that in the future as well.
Yeah.
So, and the Be Connected workshops that we're offering, they're on a pay what you can afford kind of policy as well, and we'll see how that goes moving forward. But certainly, you know, there's something that people can access on, you know, at some level, which we keep the prices as low as we can for our online courses, etc., so that things are accessible, so that it doesn't stop people accessing what they need.
Yeah, which is...
So we are very much about our doors are open to anyone, especially people who are fascinated with the emotional systems, who want to connect more, who are interested in, you know, restructuring nervous systems that are getting in their way, that anxiety and guilt and shame and pain and difficulties are blocking them from living the life they want to live. The people that I've traditionally had as referrals that come to me are people who may have tried lots of other things already, and this might be like, okay, nothing else has worked, I'll try this now, this is the advice I've been given to come and talk to you now. So where there's chronic difficulties, where there's like what might be labelled as treatment resistance, or, you know, I've tried CBT, I've tried counselling, I've tried medication, I've tried blah blah blah, so then I would say we can help. So and then the other side of it is also things like physical health problems where there's pain or medically unexplained symptoms, which, you know, so I've gone down the surgical route, I've done physiotherapy, I've done this and this, and the pain is still present, that there's no organic reason for this, that those are referrals that we get very commonly here. So there's a breadth again to what we offer, being able to you know, suit lots of different people, but there's this very special opportunity for people who feel like there's nowhere else they can turn, and I would say, you know, connect with us.